Hey, Shalom, Call Halal, Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai Bashim, Chakudash, the ones that apostles, bishops, elders, a great millstone that rule well, and Shalom to brothers in the highways and byways, doing the work sincerely and faithfully and continually fighting that good fight of faith, Lord willing, we are found in that number to be delivered. All right. So, I was having some conversations with a few different people, and ever since this whole, presidential race has, been put in place. You got a lot of Jakes out here, man, who are absolutely, you got two types of Jakes. Let me say that. You got Jakes that are in favor of Donald Trump being in office. And then you got those Jakes who are absolutely in fear because this man is in office, right? And we've always maintained and we always professed that it didn't matter and it doesn't matter who's in office, man. All right? Because you're going to get the same outcome. Because this place, the Lord ruleth in the kingdom of men. So regardless if it was Kamala Harris or Trump, we going to get the same outcome. The devil's going to come down having great wrath, no matter who's in office, right? So then the conversation kind of went down the road of we got to get our own. We got to do our own. We got to get our own, which is, absolutely absurd. All right? We weren't put over here and brought over here to America or the Americas to get our own and to have our own. All right. Jake has already tried these methods many years ago in different facets. All right. And only to come to the conclusion that Esau's not going to let you get ahead of him, man. He's not going to let you surpass him on any level whatsoever. So therefore, when you try to gather yourselves together, the great gathering, it always comes to naught, man. Always. Because the Lord is not going to let that prosper. All right. So this is Deuteronomy 28 and 48. It says, therefore shalt thou serve thy enemy, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. All right. So this whole thing about getting our own and segregating and trying to, distance yourself from the so-called white man and all this other nonsense. It's just that, man. It's just pure nonsense. And the major problem in the world right now, especially with Israel, the world of Israel, the major problem is they have been taught to actually, put their trust in man and not in the Lord. All right. And this is why a lot of you people are in such great fear, because you have now, turned to put your trust in these devils where there's going to be no hope for you by putting your trust in them. And this is why the fear is so heavy right now. All right. Now, if you just chose to fear and trust in the Lord, you would hear these things that their agendas, that they're speaking of their agendas and be like, yeah, oh, well, all right. You take it in stride. You would absolutely take it in stride because you know that we're waiting on Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai to come to destroy this man. But you Jakes out here, man, you got Israelites crying, in total distraught, not knowing what to do or how the outcome's gonna come. The question that came up, how do I think the next 4 years is gonna go? And I told her, listen, the dollar's probably going to collapse. The RFID microchip probably going to be implemented. There's probably going to be concentration camps, And that was just my thought and how I thought it was going to go. You see? But without a shadow of a doubt, when all these things get put in place, what's going to happen? You're going to have to go to your enemy in want of all things. And this is the way it's already turning, man. This man ain't even in office yet. And you got people crying and, having, health issues, heart palpitations and shit, But again, this is what needs to be done. Jeremiah 30:7, it says, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. What do you think this trouble is for? This trouble is for you people. You so-called Negroes, West Indian blacks, Puerto Ricans, Native Americans. This trouble is for you. And the Lord has authorized this trouble to be for you. All right. So meanwhile, while you're thinking that you have no hope because the white man's going to come down having great wrath, your hope is in the Lord. And the Lord's going to set forth that type of trouble. Now, if you turn back to the Lord and you trust in the Lord, what does the last sentence say? But he shall be saved out of it. All right. So this is why we're not worried. This is why we're not worried. Goddamn spam calls. This is why we're not worried, man. Because for the most part, everything that we see happening is a blessing. Because now we're getting to live to see the fall and the destruction of our enemies, man. You people can't even come to grips with how this country has treated you for the last, 100 years. I'm just go right with a even number. You can't even come to grips with that. And you think it's going to be better for you? Here it is. They're on their last hurrah. You think they're going to make it easier for you? Give you everything that you ever wanted, your heart's desires? Absolutely not, man. They want to see you in a plastic FEMA box, man. All right, let's keep rolling. This is Deuteronomy 28:68. And it says, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. Right? No man shall redeem or help you. All right? This is that place, man. So you crying and woe is me, and what am I gonna do? All that is for naught, because this is the Lord's will, man. The Lord said these things are going to happen unto us. The Lord is going to put us in these positions. All right? No one's going to help you. It was said that, we need to get together and help each other. We need to save it. We can't. We can't save each other. We can't, we can't help each other to the point where I'm going to get you. We're going to go into the woods. We're going to build our own thing. And we're going to be away from Esau. And we're going to be living happily ever after. And that's another fairy tale that Jake likes to think about, going off the grid. Esau got every ounce of this country sold up, man. He got every ounce of this world sold up. And you people don't even consider it. You just think that Esau's, he only has, the states, and he don't know about the woods and all. Esau's a cunning hunter, man. You don't think he already got this shit mapped out? Joke's on y'all, man. Y'all think that you're going to just roll around without Esau knowing? Come on now. Come on. The earth was given unto him for a reason. All right? Again, the earth was given unto him for a reason. There's going to be nowhere you go, man. That's why Amos tells you about, a man running from a lion, a bear met him, or leaned his hand on a wall and the serpent bit him. That should give you the understanding that when these troubles come, there's going to be nowhere for you to run or hide, man. Right? So don't think that Esau's going to come and help you and give you, an opportunity to, give your testimony and to give you a allegiance or alliance to him. He wants to see you dead, man. And this animosity was from the inception in the womb, man. It's Isaiah 30. It says, woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me. And that right there itself is telling, man. Here you are going on 2025, and you people are still calling upon Jesus Christ. Still calling Jesus Christ, man. And half you don't even stop to wonder and think, but maybe the Lord is a black man. But again, Esau has put you in such a compromising position where the Lord is not even in your thoughts anymore. To sit there and have conversation talking about what we going to do, what we going to do. What you mean what we going to do? We going to wait on the Lord. That's what we going to do. And this is why the Lord's telling you, woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit. All right? All the conversations you hear out there, man, no one's even talking about the Lord. No one's talking about being delivered by the Lord and the Lord, coming to fight for them. Nobody. Not even the heathen, man. Not even Amalek. They're not even talking about the Lord coming to fight for them. Here they are. They're over there in the land. All kinds of war and all kinds of bombs and missiles dropping. Ain't none of them crying to the Lord. The brother Manat Zakbar put a video up, this Edomite, talking about the so-called Negroes, have a parallel, fixation, roughly stating with us, and it goes back to the Exodus, and they compare us and them to the Exodus. This nigga don't know. He has no goddamn idea what he's talking about. And if any of you jakes out there get swept up with that nonsense, may the Lord destroy you too. All right? But this is serious business here. This is serious business what's being taken place right now. All right? It says, continuing, says, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, that walk to go down into Egypt. And you people are just going to come to the conclusion to say, you know what, throw your hands in the air and be like, fuck it. Whatever they want us, whatever they want us to do, we're going to do. All right? And the time is running out, man. Time is running out. The servants of the Lord have been on the highways and byways letting you know about all this shit that has been going down and all the shit that's coming that's going to go down. And I can see it already, man. Lord willing, we of the hopeful elect, the Lord maintain, our position, that we be covered. But I can already see, man, it's going to be a lot of jakes that are just going to give up and say, fuck it. I want to be able to eat. I want to be able to travel. I want to be able to do all these things. In order to do that, in order to do any of those things, you're going to have to give yourself up, man. All right? And turn yourself over to these devils and become the property of these devils. All right? So it's not really hard, man. It's not real hard to figure out. Proverbs 29 and 25. It says, the fear of man bringeth a snare. All right? But whosoever putteth his trust in the Lord shall be safe. The fear of man bringeth a snare. Right? Isn't that the truth? Now here you are fearing, what this so-called new administration is going to do. You're fearing, the worst. You have no hope that, anybody can come and help you. And this whole system is going to be that snare unto you. It's going to be a snare unto you. Mainly, the MOTB and whatever else they got conjured up. You had the gates of hell and their conversations about the next thing that comes down the pipe is going to be worse. So all these things are going to be a snare unto you. All right? But be it known, man, you put your trust in the Lord, you will be safe, man. And this is why the scriptures say that wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time. Now, if half of you people out there could understand that, you would have no worries about what these devils are going to do. All right? Having the wisdom, to know how to navigate and to know how to, be aware of what's going down, and having the knowledge about what these scriptures are telling you and what the Lord has told us, how we're going to, be subjected to these things. That's what's going to get you through, man. Having that wisdom and knowledge of what's going down. As it is written, putteth his trust in the Lord shall be safe. A lot of you are sitting there, you know, and fucking totally shocked that this man got in office. Kamala Harris was going to do the same thing. Donald Trump would have did the same. They're going to do the same thing. And anybody else who got in office is going to do the same thing, because it's not their agenda. It's not their will that's taking precedence, man. It's the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Point blank, period. Baruch 3:8, it says, behold, we are yet this day in our captivity. All right? You're not free. Being in America, you never have been free. And now, when all shit starts going down, now you're going to realize that you were never free. It says, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subjected to payments, according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our power. Right? And the point I want to make is, you people who have departed from the Lord, or never even sought to turn to the Lord, you're going to be in real bad case, man. You're going to be in real bad case. All right? And when you depart from the Lord, you will remain in the congregation of the dead. Those who are on the outside of this thing, all right, they're dead, if you will. All right? Not physically in the grave dead, but spiritually. You are spiritually cut off. You are spiritually dead. All right? To have the Lord and to have, him, sup with you is life, man. All right? So it goes along the sense of, we will never die in that sense spiritually, because we're going to have the Lord. Right? But a lot of you people, you've already sealed your fate. You've already cashed in. You've already made your decision that, we're just going to wait and see what happens. We're going to wait to see what Trump does. All right? Instead of just saying, we're going to wait on the Lord. This is the beautiful time we're living in. We can't wait to see what these devils got in store, what they got up their sleeve. Because we know whatever it is, right when they're about to fill their belly, the Lord is going to strike them through, man. That should be your attitude. Instead of fucking crying, grown men fucking walking around pouting, looking all sad and trying to figure out, oh, I don't know what's gonna happen, man. This is crazy, man. This is crazy. Fuck you mean this is grow up, man. Man up. Be ready for some action, man. Be ready for the battle. All right? So with that, I'm going to end it right there. And Lord willing, I'm going to catch you on another one. I want to speak a little bit on this next lesson. I'm going to speak a little bit about, Lord willing, these so-called Jews who, these Jays, if you will, small hats, who profess that we're trying to follow after them. All right? So Lord willing, I'm going to see y'all another one. I say shalom.